NASA leader Raila Odinga has accused the Jubilee leadership of blatant violation of the Constitution and human rights through disobeying of court orders and harassment by police. Mr. Odinga also accused the government of holding hostage various government bodies, leaving citizens helpless. The opposition chief, who was sworn in as the People's President on January 30, said that among the bodies held hostage by Jubilee include the Judiciary, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, and Parliament. Mr. Odinga was speaking in Vihiga during the burial of Justus Etale, the father of ODM Communications Director Philip Etale. The former Prime Minister said the Jubilee government had resorted to disobeying court orders and using police to violate people's rights. Mr. Odinga was making his second public address since he was sworn in as the People's President. Grabbed power. His first address was when he attended the funeral service for Yvonne Wamalwa, widow of former Vice President Michael Kijana Wamalwa, in Nairobi. His oath has led to the government cracking down on opposition politicians close to him. But, speaking in Vihiga, Mr. Odinga said, "This is my first engagement party with the public after being sworn in. We are relying on Article 1 of the Constitution that says sovereignty lies with the people of Kenya," said Mr. Odinga. He went on, "The people can exercise it directly or indirectly, but our competitors are doing the opposite. They have grabbed power and held government bodies hostage. The state has become rogue. They are blatantly violating court orders and using the police to intimidate people," he said. Mr. Odinga, however, told his supporters that he had been sworn in and that things are going to change. "We are going to hold the People's Convention soon. I will discharge my duties as the People's President without fear," he said. Deportation. He accused the police of arresting political leaders and decried the recent deportation of the self-declared National Resistance Movement, NRM, General Miguna Miguna. He criticized Inspector General of Police Joseph Boynet for saying that the crackdown on NASA leaders will continue. "We have seen them, government, arrest and deport a Kenyan. When people agitate for their rights, they are brutalized by the police and some killed," said Mr. Odinga. He added, "The IG is threatening politicians. Police are civil servants. If there is a breakdown in law and order, the police and the army will not manage to control the people." He defended NRM and said it is an idea whose time has come. Aware that the ongoing crackdown on his allies might lead to his possible arrest and prosecution, Mr. Odinga said he had faced similar threats in the past and prevailed. "I was arrested in 1992 and detained for 6 years. There is nothing new, Attorney General Githum Muigai can threaten me with," he said. Electoral justice. He said electoral injustice was deep-rooted in the country and that he had been a victim in 2007, 2013 and 2017. He said the country should not discuss the 2022 elections until electoral justice is restored. Other leaders present at the funeral included Vihiga Governor Wilbur Otisilo, Senators Amos Wako, Bajia, Cleophas Malala, Kakamga, and George Kaniarai, Vihiga. Luanda MP Chris Amulel, nominated MP Godfrey Asatsi and a host of ODM officials also attended. The leaders vowed to stick with Mr. Odinga, with former Attorney General Wako asking the government to respect human rights and honor court orders. Chapter 4 of our Constitution is on human rights. "I want to tell Jubilee that the rule of law is fundamental. When I served as the Attorney General, I ensured that rights of everyone were observed. I also participated in the drafting of the new Constitution. What is happening now is a replica of the 1980s and 1990s, said Mr. Wako. Mr. Etale eulogized his father as a man who cherished values.